Hey everyone, it's Melissa from The Word. I'm a secular homeschooling mom of 3 kiddos. I have a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. This fall, we will be doing 2nd grade preschool and tot school. And this video is a collaboration hosted by Ashley from Dash of Home. The playlist will be linked below, as will Ashley's channel, both above and below. And you can go ahead and check out her channel. Ashley is pretty similar in ages of kids as me. She has an older daughter, I believe. I want to say she's going to be in 4th or 5th grade. Might be in 4th now and going to 5th. I'm not 100% sure. However, her middle daughter is the same age as my oldest daughter. I believe they'll both be like 2nd, 3rd grade-ish area. And her youngest child is the same as my middle child. They are both right around the age 3. And then of course I have a younger one who is 1, so that's where we're off there. Her middle one starts where my oldest is. She's so sweet and so nice to talk to in the collaboration groups. So I know you guys will just love her channel if you haven't already seen it. So go ahead and go check that out. And then also please check out the playlist and see how the rest of the mamas are prepping for their upcoming school year. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys what I'm doing and try to explain how I am planning out our school year. Currently, my computer is refusing to turn on. I left it plugged in overnight and it doesn't like that. It gets too warm and it's currently like refusing to turn on. So I can't show you what I've done in there, but hopefully it will turn on soon. To plan my homeschool year, I print out a August to July calendar. I have one for July 21st to July 22nd, so I could do June and July because last year I stopped in April for my 2021 to 2022 school year. Plus things got all wonky like they always do, so I just started with new ones. And then I printed out another one, and these are just from Time and Date. I think it's just timeanddate.com. They're just free printable calendars. Theirs is August 2022 to July 2023 because we are year-long homeschoolers that start our homeschool year in August. So I start 1 month prior to the school system around here, and then we year-round homeschool. But around May, we drop off a lot of our curriculum and just kind of do some fun stuff in June and July. I like to start in August so we can have a slow ramp back up to our full homeschooling schedule. It also makes it a little bit easier to plan so I know what's going on. Because I do this YouTube channel as well showing what we do, I tend to order stuff a little early, so I might as well start a little early so we're done a little sooner and I can start planning for the next year a little sooner. But I do know a lot of the homeschooling moms in my area do start in September, or they even push it to October, and then they just also end in May. So I go through and I write down kind of what I plan on doing. So I just kind of block out estimated groups, which is some lines, and then I write like, here's the human body study, and then I've got like a 9/11 study. I try to do our like holiday studies prior to the actual holiday. So like here, I mentioned in my update video that you'll probably see after this video that I'm moving this dino study to January, and then I'm going to put a Animal Kingdom study here in September. And if I'm looking this way a lot, it's because my camera view is over here, but I need to look at this, so I'm using the camera to look at this to tell you what I'm doing. So I'm sorry if I'm not looking like I'm looking off into La La Land. Then I have like a teeny tiny like Columbus Day study in here. There is a small Halloween study. We've got a larger Thanksgiving study with right before that some elections. I like to kind of throw in an election study just to show my kids what elections are, regardless of whether it's a presidential election year or not, because elections happened all year round anyways. I just like them to know what their options are. I didn't know anything about elections. Like, I knew we had presidential elections growing up, but the school system didn't really say much about it, especially once I was in high school. And my parents never voted, so, or at least not that I knew of. So I didn't know a lot about how voting worked when I turned 18, and I don't think I started voting until like 21, 22. So I'd rather my kids kind of know what their options are. Like, I know some people say that it's like, you know, our duty as Americans to vote. I don't necessarily want them to feel like they're obligated to vote, but I also want them to know that they have the right to vote. They're welcome to vote. They should know how to vote. They should understand politics, and they should understand what their options are. That's really why I do it. So every year in November, and I do explain to them that elections happen more than just in November, but we do just do like a small, like, this is what voting is, this is how it works. And sometimes it doesn't even take the whole week. Sometimes I do like 1 or 2 videos, or I just talk to them. We have a Vote for Duck book. I'll stick a picture up of it here for you. The Vote for Duck book, my kids love. And then, or Duck for President, I think the name of the book is Duck for President. They love that book. It's just so cute. Sometimes I just read that book and then move on to the next thing for the year. But I always want to make sure I write it down just so I plan it out as I'm going through the year. And then Thanksgiving's a pretty long unit study. I let them know what Thanksgiving is, but honestly at their age, we just do a lot of fun crafts. Like a lot of fun crafts. That is the majority of my unit studies. Like Halloween, that is all just fun decorations and crafts. I try not to let it be too scary. I have little kids, so we like make spiders and cute ghosts and, you know, things like that. Not scary like goblins or anything terrifying yet. Cute bats and things is all we really do. For the Christmas unit study, I have not yet done any type of like religious Christmas study. For the most part, we just keep it pretty basic. Lots of crafts, the general what Christmas is. I had originally printed out these calendars for each week, and I was just kind of filling out the things I wanted to do for the week. I have then since decided that I'm going to figure out how many weeks that we will have for schooling, and then I'm going to write out what I would like to accomplish by which week. But I have then since decided, I found this from Homeschool and Humor. She's the one that I did the Mom's Homeschool Summer Summit with, and she had these weekly checklist and this our week, and I'm hoping that I can make this work for us. The only thing I've found so far that is, she has language arts and she has reading and she's got a morning loop, but it's not editable, which I understand why, but it doesn't have anything like history, science, geography, like none of that is on here. So I'm thinking on this morning loop part, I'm probably gonna white out a lot of this and write studies or something here. There's a daily warm-up section over here that I don't really have a huge use for. I think maybe I'll just use that for like an actual like physical warm-up, which I'm pretty sure that's not what she was gonna use it for. But I think that'll work for us. And then I will just come over here and white out what I don't want and write in curriculum we are using. So like our geography study, our science study, Book Shark, our unit study, like all the things I want to use over here. I also would like to, so here she's got unit studies and activities for each day of the week. I don't think this page is going to be useful for me, but I really like this one, and I think once I white out some stuff, it'll work really well for me. Husband came in to grab some swim diapers for the kids so they can go play in the pool some more. General planning, I'm hoping to try to use this weekly and kind of go through it. I had printed this and I was trying to go through each month, each week, and just write down what I wanted to do, and I'm still going to do this. However, I wish, and if any of you guys know where I can find a printable one, I could get this calendar with like full on spaces between each week, so I can still see the dates and not just like the week of, and still have like 2 or 3 lines where I can write stuff in, and then still have the whole year at a glance. But where I can still see it all, but where I can have like extra lines for writing under the whole week. Because I plan by week, and then my weekly I'm going to try this as our weekly checklist. And then every Sunday I would go through and write down what we were going to do for the week. I think that's why I also printed this page too, just so I have a glance at what we're going to do, and then I can check off that we did it. I'm hoping that'll work. And then if I just print this, well, once I whited out stuff, I'll have to start copying it. I'm hoping that this will help me, not only because I really like to plan out my weeks. I don't like to backwards plan. I like to know. I found that I myself, if I try to backwards plan, get nothing done. I will not make sure that they do their stuff. It does not work for me. If I have a plan of what I need to do for the week, I have zero problem making sure they get it done. So I need a way to fully plan what we should be doing for the week for the entire year, but also without having to rewrite it when we get randomly sick for 2 weeks or a week and we get nothing done for that week, and now every other week is off. I need a way to like write it all on one sheet, write down what I need to do, and then I'm going to just put that on this sheet every week of. So then I know what we need to do for the week and that we did it, without having to make new ones of these every single week if we happen to get sick or something goes wrong where we're not there. I think it's because my brain works in a way of a daycare setting where we had to have it all filled out ahead of time, and regardless of if the kid was sick for 2 weeks, the schedule kept going. I mean, if I was sick for 2 weeks, the schedule kept going. We just picked up where we were before, or where we were supposed to be. And I can't see doing that for my kids. The whole point of homeschooling is so they don't miss out if they're sick, or they don't, we can custom-make their school for them. So rather than her losing 2 whole weeks of math and just jumping ahead like what they would in the school system, I would like her to be where she needs to be next. The other thing is that when I homeschool plan, I go through and I go into the Timberdoodle handbook and I figure out exactly how many weeks are in every lesson, and I write them out as I go. I plan to do 3 all about reading lessons per week. If we do more than that, great. If we do less than that, that would be bad. But 3 is my goal. I also kind of planned out our ocean units, how many units we would have to do a day. I planned out Book Shark 1 week a week until the end of Book Shark was done. March is when I will start our building blocks of science, and then we will do that all the way through. And I don't have my other pages done, but I did find that we were done before the start of the next school year, where we can hopefully do another Book Shark unit and then continue that way, where they're doing one or the other all year round. History Quest. When you plan out History Quest, just a heads up, if you do History Quest, do not just open it and figure out how many lessons there are. Remember, you have Higgy, the Higgy weeks, or whatever they're called. Those are not always on the same weeks. I wrote down that we would start History Quest August 1st, so I wrote our History Quest, and I chicken scratch stuff so I know what it is. So it's for HQ1, HQ, I wrote 2, remembered about Higgy Hops, and opened it to find out that week 2 was already one of the Higgy Hops, or Higgy weeks. So then it's 2, 3, 4, and on until the next Higgy week. Matthew C is pretty straightforward. I have us doing 1 lesson a week, and then 1 week is the test. So she will obviously not need the whole week for the test. So if we get ahead, we get ahead. If we don't, it's a buffer for if we fall behind. So like here, I wrote Matthew C unit test 1 for the whole week. I do not intend, obviously, for her to take the whole week to do her Matthew C. I expect her to touch her Matthew C at least 3 times a week. If she's struggling with the concept, I make her do all 5 lessons. If she's really struggling with the concept, there's like 3 or 4 extra lessons that for Matthew C. I would just pull that to the next week and let her keep doing it until she catches on. Sometimes as we're flipping through, she sees some of those extra pages and they look really fun to her and she wants to do them, and we take an extra day. So we'll do 3, 4, 5 days of math. I just personally want her to do at least 3. The practice, the main, and then the test. there are flies that have been in and out of my house. It rained like crazy on Saturday or on Friday, and the door was open almost all day Friday because I have kids and they run in and out all day, and they're everywhere. That leaves us to have a lot of time for unit studies. It also means that we use up our whole year for homeschooling. So it allows us to do all of that. And I hope that helps you guys a little bit. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out Ashley's page and the playlist below, and I will talk to you guys next time.